Okay, what's going on, boys? Nugget here. Welcome back to another tactics video. And in today's video, we're going to go with the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, but the one where the left back and the right back, they go forward to create the attack, and you have, I suppose you can say, the back three when you attack. A lot of players always like the 4-1-2-1-2 second variation, but they do find that they just lack the width areas when attacking. And many people actually requested this formation that I've not actually brought in to play for quite some time now. So I thought I'd just do some testing and release you some tactics for this. So don't forget, the key thing with these formations is now the left back and right back, we're going to leave them both on join the attack and overlap. Now, just to make this clear, this is going to be a very attacking formation. You're going to have three players at the back, including Vieira, that will be a drop between defender role. Now, I personally would say, look, you rather use D-pad tactics. We'll go through this towards the end. If you're not sure what D-pad tactics are, just copy and paste these tactics as it is. So you're saying to the game, when you get the ball going forward, you want these guys to go forward. Now, of course, when you go forward, that means you're only going to have two back players. So to counteract that, we put one of our CDMs, being Vieira, on balanced, cover center, and drop between defenders. Now, what this is going to be, don't forget, this is an attacking tactic. So when you have the ball, Vieira is going to drop in the back line and create a temporary back three. So be attacking with two centre mids, a cam, two strikers, and a left mid and a right mid for that quick tiki-taka football, but also allowing that width. Now, what does that mean? Now, you're going to have no CDM or centre mid because you're going to have a back three. And the good thing is Vieira doesn't stay in a line with the three centre backs. He sits just above. So you kind of have like a triangle. So the left centre mid, I normally leave one of them on stay back while attacking and cover centre. This is going to be the player that when you get counter-attacked, don't forget these guys are going to be high up the pitch. You're going to have the back three. So this is going to be the job of one of the players to sit back and defend and run back. Okay, remember that. So you've got one of the players and stay back while attacking, stand at the edge of the box for a cross. The other centre mid, I would recommend leaving this on balance. Now, personally speaking, I will leave both of my centre mids on cover centre because you want to cover the middle area of the pitch most of the time. If the ball goes down to the wing, you can wait for your right back and your left back to come back in position. Or if you want to, you can manually drag your left centre mid or right centre mid. I don't believe that there's a way, well, I don't believe it's effective, for example, for your right back to go forward and then someone like your right centre mid using cover wing and covering for that position. Because don't forget, most of the danger threats are always down the middle. If you have both of the, imagine both these players over here, right? And imagine then you have both of these players covering for the wing. Then you're going to have no one in the middle. It's not worth taking that risk. So you leave them both on cover centre. For the right centre mid, you can leave them on balance. You want here a box-to-box in the mid. Now, I just put Rodrigo here as an example. But if you're playing a traditional 4-4-2 layout, you might have to sub this player off. You can play someone like a Tal that can play both the centre mid and the winger type role if we change another formation. For the cam, we have him on stay forward and get into the box for a cross. For both strikers, stay central, get in behind, like so, and stay forward. Now, that would be both the instructions for both strikers. Now, what I would say, what I was saying in the beginning of the D-pad tactics, I'd recommend leaving both of these players on stay back while attacking. The reason why is, you may want to, for example, go into a game and you may want to suss your opponent out. Sometimes your opponent might be smart enough and might put four players on stay forward. At least with these guys on stay back while attacking, you can activate the D-pad tactic attacking fullbacks and you can send them forward whenever you want to. You see, because don't forget, you have three players on stay forward. It's almost like a counter-attack, very attacking formation. But of course, that means it's susceptible to the counter-attack. But at least with the D-pad tactics, if you find your opponent is sussing you out and he's got four players on stay forward, you press attacking fullbacks off, and then they stay back. So you do have that maneuverability. Very, very good for attacking down the central areas with your two centre mids, I would say, and your left back and your right back, providing that support. If you do want to get better at FIFA 23, I do have a FIFA School Series. But just before you skip ahead, what if I told you if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money? I can say that because I've been running my paid advanced in-depth FIFA School Series successfully for many years, and thousands of others have joined already and still stay on. This is for all levels of those that want to improve on FIFA, and you won't find these videos on my YouTube channel. These videos are a progressive systematic learning system that teaches you everything from the core mechanics of FIFA to the meta, so you can get better at FIFA as a whole, not just this game, with examples and explanations that go beyond the scope of the YouTube videos. With new videos coming out every single week, these videos also adjust to recent updates and patches so you can stay up to date. So come join thousands of others in a mature audience community for those looking to get better, patreon.com/nilguides. Link is down below in the description. Now when you join, we already have a library of hundreds of videos that are specifically made for both new gen and old gen, with new videos in FIFA 23 getting added every single week. We also have an additional group coaching as well that we started this year due to high demand and high request. And don't forget guys, it's a money back guarantee, so if you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. That is the Nil Guides guarantee. Anyway, link is down below in the description, patreon.com/nilguides. But anyway, back to the video. Now going over the tactics. Now, for the defensive style, you can go towards pressure on heavy touch. I wouldn't go press out possession loss, just because I do think it's a bit risky. The inherent risk, of course, losing the ball, especially when you are in the final third or you're in the middle of your opponent's pitch. You don't want to be kind of going gung-ho with the press system. I think pressure on heavy touch is a good balance. You're not pressing too much, and you only press when there's a good chance of winning the ball, and therefore you kind of eliminate that risk of getting countered. If you get countered, it's because you didn't run back in time, not because the game or the AI screwed you over. For the width, we have gone with 35. Now, the reason we've done this, don't forget, when you are on the counter-attack phase, you are playing with a 3 centre-back, but naturally speaking, you go to a very narrow shape. Now, if you are going to defend in a 4-4-2, which you can with this formation, I would recommend a 35 width. Now, we haven't really gone through this today because I think it's a bit too complicated to talk about 2 formations in one video. But otherwise, you can just leave it at 65. I think, to be honest, don't forget, you are defending in a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. You know, if you make this formation 100, these players are not going to be defending in a 4-1-2-1-2. Don't forget. That's why a lot of players like to attack in a 4-1-2-1-2. But defend in a 4-4-2, because even if you put 100 width, guys, the biggest misconception, people think, oh, you're 100 width, that means you defend in a 4-4-2 or a wide 4-1-2-1-2. No, it doesn't mean that. So stick it on 65. If you are going to be defending, I know a lot of players have been experimenting defending in the 4-4-2 with this player on comeback and offense and that player on comeback and offense, or should I say on balance when they're coming back defensively. Then you can put a lower width. Otherwise, put an attacking width because you still want to be applying pressure. Depth 55, pretty much balanced. Now, this is the one that I would say is a bit of a debatable one. I would say long ball or fast build-up play. This is one of the few formations to use fast build-up play. The reason why is when you get the ball back, you want your left back and your right back to bomb forward, okay? Vieira's going to sit in and he's going to make that back 3. And you want to play that quick tiki-taka counter-attack football, and that is why I would suggest fast build-up play. It's definitely the way to go. But as usual, I know that, don't forget, not everyone plays the same way. Some of you may play a bit more slower, a bit more progressive. I would recommend then using long ball. The only reason why I say long ball is that you want to push these players going forward. Long ball just says to them, hey, you guys, make that runs quicker going forward. That's basically what long ball means, just get in behind. Then move a bit quicker on the build-up phase in the first 2/3. We'll get over what player you should use there as well in a second. Now, for the attacking width, you leave it on 50. Don't forget, most of the time you have your left back and right back. They're going to be providing a width anyway, so your width is completely fine. Players in the box, you can actually go even higher if you want to even 8. Now, what I would say, you do have a back 3 temporarily. When you lose the ball, what's going to happen is that you're going to have a back 3. Vieira's going to shift upwards. And then your left back and my back, they're going to come and reunite to make the back 4. So understand, when you're attacking, you're basically attacking in, I suppose you can say, it depends on how you want to look at it, but you can argue you're attacking in a 3-4-1-2. And when you're defending, you defend in a normal 4-1-2-1-2. But for that counter-attack phase, you have that back 3. So just do bear that in mind when you lose the ball. You do, and that's why we didn't want to use pressure on heavy touch, because we didn't want players to go out of position too much. Corners and free kicks, you can do what you like. Now, what I would say is, for those players on the wing, as I said, if you don't know what D-pad tactics are, just leave them on overlap and join the attack. Now, what I'd recommend, as I said, put them both on stay back while attacking, and then use the following D-pad tactics, right? Hug the sidelines for the entire game. That's the attacking D-pad tactic, and then attacking fullbacks. This one, you can use like a light switch. You can have it on or you can have it off. Now, the reason why I like this one is because if you are against your opponent and the opponent decides to go to like a 3-5-2 or something like that, you can actually technically defend in a temporary back 5 when you get counter-attacked, which then goes into a 4. So the idea about this formation is you have that maneuverability. If your opponent is trying to outsmart you, you can change it on a fly. You need here though, guys, look, obviously I would say a team of the year, Hakimi, Hernandez, perfect. But you know, you can get the job done with the upgraded Mendy card. But on the cheaper end, someone like Atal can get the job done very well. You want players here that are very dynamic, that can do a bit of everything. You know, someone like a Zambrotta icon if you can't find chemistry, or that new Atal card, or someone like Cancelo, someone that can equally go forward and go back. I would recommend ideally high work rates, because these are going to be the heart of your team, the flying fullbacks going up and down. That's what I recommend. But as I said, because it does attack in basically a 3-4-1-2, I would personally just play the 3-5-2. But people like that maneuverability of the two centre mids being there in the centre area for those quick 1-2. So if you do find the centre mids are too far away in a 3-5-2 and you don't like how they're positioned in a 3-4-1-2, you can then use this formation, a very good formation, attacking on the fly. Anyway guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget, if you want to get better FIFA, you can come to my FIFA School Series, patreon.com/no guys. Click here, link down below in the description. If you don't get better after 1 month, I'll refund your money. There's of course a no guys guarantee. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out.